Are you going to introduce me to your friend?
Oh, sorry, Dennis. Dennis Quinn, my mother.
Nice to meet you, Dennis.
Hello, Mrs. Jackson. I mean, Mrs. Morris.
Well, how about a coffee? Or a drink?
Oh, coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Corley, I'm so excited it's all going through. We won't have any trouble getting an appeal now.
As I told you before, you simply don't have any grounds for an appeal.
Well, they can't keep me in here. I'm not well. It wouldn't be right.
Mrs. Mason, you're as sane as I am. That didn't work at your trial, and it won't work now.
But I keep hearing these voices.
I'm a busy man, Mrs. Mason. Do you want to hear what I have to say or not?
What did you want to talk to me about?
I found out that your first husband is divorcing you.
What?
Apparently, he filed for divorce nearly a year ago, which means, of course, that it's almost finalized now.
That can't be right.
I can assure you that it is.
But I didn't see any papers or anything. Well, how can he divorce me if I haven't signed anything?
Well, you disappeared. He obviously couldn't find you, so he simply placed notices of intent in a national newspaper.
And that's all it takes? Well, I've got to stop it going through. I have to. It was a beautiful wedding, and well, divorce isn't allowed. It's wrong.
I'm afraid it's far too late for that now. You can't just stop a divorce these days. And as your other marriages aren't legal, you'll soon be a single woman again.
Oh.
Mrs. Mason, Mrs. Mason, I don't think you should take it like this, Mrs. Mason. Mrs. Mason?
Well, you seem to be getting around a fair bit. Are you going to stick with it?
Yeah, I love the Navy. It's great.
It's wonderful to have you home again. I just hope we can see a lot of each other whilst you're in port.
Sure. Yeah, I'd like that.
And what about Dennis? Where are his family?
Well, he hasn't got anyone. Look, I hope you don't mind me bringing him along, but, well, he's sort of shy. He doesn't make friends easily.
No, of course not. You must bring him round with you again. But just for tonight, I'd rather be with you.
Yeah, why not? What'll we do?
Well, let's go out to dinner, eh?
Hey, that'd be terrific, Mrs. Morris. What do you reckon, Marty? Make a change from the galley food, eh?
All right, lady. Now, you've got the negatives and we want them. So hand them over and we'll leave.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too. Around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.